Hi folks, today is July 9th, 2016. In recent weeks, climate-related events have escalated in many areas of the world. We haven't heard much about these events from the mainstream media market because they rather talk about politics and the social unrest that is garnering so much attention these days. But it is important that you understand that the earth is going through some major turmoil, which only appears to be getting worse and which needs to be addressed. So I'm going to show you a compilation of images and videos of the catastrophic flooding that has been happening across the globe recently. And then I would want to share with you some very disturbing news that was recently published regarding the Earth's mantle. So take a look at this compilation presentation, and then I will be back to talk about the other news that I just mentioned. With all of the weather-related devastation now taking place in so many areas of the world, we now find ourselves at the mercy of Mother Nature and the fury of an unstable planet, as is being reported by Associated Newspapers' Daily Mail. According to the publication, giant chunks of the Earth's mantle are falling off and causing quakes across the southeastern United States, and more are coming, warned the researchers. These researchers have been baffled, believing the areas should be relatively quiet in terms of seismic activity, as it is located in the interior of the North American plate, far away from plate boundaries where earthquakes usually occur. Now they believe the quakes could be caused by pieces of the Earth's mantle breaking off and sinking into the planet. This thins and weakens the remaining planet, making it more prone to slipping, which causes earthquakes. The study authors conclude this process is ongoing and likely to produce more earthquakes in the future. Our idea supports the view that this seismicity will continue due to unbalanced stresses in the plate, said Burke Burial, a seismologist at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, and the lead author of the new study. The seismic zones that are active will continue to be active. The study was published in the Journal of Geophysical Research, Solid Earth, a journal of the American Geophysical Union. Because the researchers found fragments of hard rocks at shallow depths, this process is still ongoing and likely to continue into the future, potentially leading to more earthquakes in the region. Now, many people who live in this region of the country don't even realize that volcanoes were once active in the southeastern United States. For instance, Mole Hill, which is pictured here, is a mound of volcanic rock in the Shenandoah Valley in Virginia that formed from an active volcano 48 million years ago, which is a relatively recent event in geological timescales. So once again, we are being informed in a most subtle manner that something unusual and unexplained is taking place beneath the earth and has the potential to cause devastating and catastrophic destruction to yet another area of the United States. As I explained in recent videos, preparations are being conducted by the elite for megaquakes and tsunamis in the Pacific Northwest, as well as in California. In addition, it has recently been reported that the earth is cracking and tearing apart in Wyoming, near the Yellowstone caldera. As has been the case in the past few years, sinkholes are being created across the globe in the most unlikely places and are continuing at an alarming rate, further proof that the mantle is slipping and that the Earth's crust is becoming increasingly unstable. As the Nibiru system continues barreling towards Earth, as this most recent photo from Brazil is indicating, the Earth's mantle will react to the magnetic influence of this monster system, causing increased slippage and the eventual separation of the Earth's crust. Despite governmental attempts to conceal Nibiru's presence, Mountains of evidence, including authenticated photographs, prove the dark star and its accompanying planets are converging within our own solar system. Earth changes, drastic climate changes, a marked increase in seismic activity, and an unprecedented increase in volcanic eruptions substantiate information provided by Nibiru whistleblowers and random people who are lucky enough to have been at the right place at the right time to capture Nibiru on film or digital media. Nibiru researchers and former ostracized NASA scientists have said Nibiru will be seen first by people in the southern hemisphere. The photograph shown here has been authenticated by astronomers and image analysis experts. It has been deemed to be authentic. There is no evidence of tampering, photoshopping, or manipulation, and there is no form of atmospheric aberration. Concrete proof, however, does not dissuade shills from attacking substantiated evidence. Back in May, astronomer Paul Cox was quoted as saying, "We don't hide information like NASA. That could well be the second sun, Nibiru." Now, I published his statement in my May 12th video, and I was highly criticized by a number of shills for doing so. They claimed that Paul Cox was pulling a stunt and was just making light of those who are convinced that there is a binary star complex somewhere within our solar system. This recently verified image certainly gives great credence to his message now. In fact, if you have been paying attention to what Paul Cox had been saying about this since making that statement back in May, you will have noticed that he is remaining silent on the subject now. There is no admittance that he was pulling a joke, no apology for making light of others, no indication that he was either lying or telling the truth. Why do you suppose that is? But one thing can be certain in this saga. If this image is the real deal, as the experts have indicated, then the time of secrecy has almost expired. Nibiru is approaching, and the powers that will not be able to conceal the truth much longer.